1985, the Kiwis Kangaroos series, Olsen Filipaina rules over rugby league royalty, the king, Wally Lewis.
Filipaina's in again.
His mum said to me, well, said to Olsen in front of me, she just looked at Olsen and said, "Listen, Mr. Lowe said you look after Wally or I'll clip your ear." And, you know, Olsen, he looked
after Wally, all right.
He looked after Wally and he listened to his mum.
The pride of Mangere East was one of the pioneering Māori and Pacific Island players to make a mark in the cutthroat world of Aussie League in the 1980s for Balmain, North Sydney and the Roosters. Brother Alf Filipaina, now a prominent Auckland City councillor, had a ringside seat as a kid.
Now we know why he asked us to try and tackle him.
Could you tackle him?
No, none of us could. Peter Leach, need to acknowledge Sir Peter Leach because he was there right from the beginning. And Peter was also at home when they were talking about the contract. And Olsen didn't want to go because he obviously had to leave the family.
How hard was it for him, do you think?
Hard as hell. Especially when knowing what was being said about him and to him by the crowd. It was
You mean
hard.
racial taunts?
Oh, yeah. He didn't understand that.
Keeping fit in Sydney with his job as a bin man, the hero of the streets would end up playing nearly 200 first-grade games, but that should have been a lot more.
I even felt the way that one or two of his coaches coached him over there was a bloody disgrace as well. They didn't look after that. They didn't care for him, and that's all Olsen needed, someone to care for him.
Yeah, how were you able to get the best out of him?
I loved him.
Filipaina stood out for Graham Lowe in test matches, playing with his mates for his beloved Kiwis, making the extremely difficult look very easy.
Fed by a friend, it's gone with the feed. This is Filipaina. Filipaina out of one. Filipaina's in the clear.
I never saw him clench his fist once, ever. But, you know, if he put the smile on you, you better look out.
How do you think he'd like to be remembered?
As a family man, but more importantly as... as somebody who represented his family, and that's all of us.
If you could say something to him today, what would you say to him?
I'd say thank you on behalf of the game. See, in this day and age, we hear too much about what the game owes the players. Olsen demonstrated the players owe the game.